Hi, I'm Akiko Sedano, and I'm an independent demonstrator in Downingtown, Pennsylvania, and I run StampinInTheMeadows.com. Thank you so much for joining, and today I am going to give you a sneak peek of a product in the new catalog that'll be available on August 4th. It's the Snowflake Wishes bundle, and it has a stamp set. It's a photopolymer stamp set, and then it's got a bunch of dies that cut some beautiful snowflakes. And this is one of the most versatile stamp sets that, hi Patricia, hi Karen, thank you so much for joining me. This is one of the most versatile snowflake stamp sets bundles that they have come out with in a long time, and it has some of the best features of all of I think the best of some of the best features of all the snowflake stamp sets that they've come out in recent years. I want to spend a little bit of time kind of highlighting why I'm so big on this stamp set. And again, it'll be available when the new catalog, when the holiday catalog is publishes on August 4th. But first of all, we're going to make a shaker card today. And the reason that I wanted to make a shaker card is one of the features of the die set that come in the bundle is this pretty frame with a hexagon frame. And this is the same as the third largest of the stitched nested labels dies that also Stampin' Up! Sells. So this one you can make a frame with it. And I decided to make a frame with a shaker card on the inside, and you could just make a frame, and you could make a hexagon frame by cutting it using the other dies to cut an outside of that, and or use I didn't use the stitched rectangles, but I should have used the stitched rectangles to cut the outside of the frame there. I just basically cut this one, but you could do that as well. But this is one of the features, I think, of this stamp set that's really, really, really good. Hi, Kathy. Thank you so much for joining me. The next thing that I like about this stamp set is that it's got several different snowflake dies in addition to the stamp set there. It's got this one, which is a little bit, this cuts out like holes in your cardstock that make a snowflake, so that you can have like a two-layer thing with a different color, contrasting color that shows through, and you'll be able to see that with these snowflakes. Then there are three of them, these three that cut out just out of cardstock or foil paper or glimmer paper, different beautiful snowflakes. And these are very intricate, and I think they're just beautiful six things of six-sided snowflakes. I always get annoyed with snowflakes because they're supposed to have six, and I always get annoyed when the snowflakes have 8 or 12 or more than six. But everything is on six, and these are just actually beautiful. And this is cut out of Pacific Point cardstock, and we'll use that on today's card. And this one also is cut out of the balmy blue glimmer paper that's also new in the catalog. That one is cut with this snowflake die. And then we've got three dies that are three snowflake dies that are used to cut out the stamped snowflakes here. And there was a while back, there was a beautiful snowflake stamp set with coordinating dies, and this reminds me of that, where you can stamp the snowflake and then use one of those dies to cut it out and make layered snowflakes, and those were really pretty. And then you've got all of these others. There's just a boatload. There's what, 7, 8 snowflake stamps that one of the other designs of snowflakes that they've had that has been really beautiful is when you stamp the snowflakes just on a piece of plain cardstock in various different cool colors, and then put a sentiment on it. That's also a goal thing, and you can easily do that with these because with this bundle, because you have so many beautiful different snowflakes, I think. So I think that this is one of the best snowflake bundles that they've come out with, and I heartily recommend it. I think it's very, very versatile, and this frame is really fun. And so I decided to make a shaker card with it from here for today's card share. And I've cut it out. I put a piece of window paper or acetate, clear acetate that you can see, and I filled it up with a couple of different kinds of sequins, and they're just fun. So we'll make that, and on the inside I used the sentiment Snowflake Wishes for a Merry Christmas, and then I some of the other stamps I stamped it off and stamped it on the side there, and then used the paper to trim the bottom here. So this, and on this design, I decided to make it so that this was smaller, so that you would have the same designer series paper on the outside frame here as well as on the inside. But I could easily see either as a shaker card or just with a plain a hexagonal frame, if using one of the making a little snowman scene on the inside. I think that would be so cute, because this frame has the cutouts that the snowflake cutouts that go with it as well. So that's really, I think that's really fun. So I've prepped, since this is going to be a shaker card, and this is the first time I've made a shaker card, so I was pretty happy with the way it turned out, and that's right in the Hi Chris, thank you so much for joining me. And I was really pleased with the way it came out. So let me, I went ahead and I pre-did a lot of things. So let me go ahead and show you what I have done. First thing I did was made the little label, and I used the Itty Bitty Christmas stamp set. Where is that? Here it is. I use this one for the greeting because it's kind of a funky font, and I thought that would go well with the Snowflake Wishes font. And then I cut that out with the Ornate Frames die, and I used this one, and it's got the little stitched label. This one came out last year, and it's the perfect size for this little sentiment. So it's just a little bit of a sentiment so that it's got some kind of a Christmas greeting on there, and I did that. So the other thing that I did was I went ahead and I pre-cut using the new dies. I cut out a bunch of I cut out the Pacific Point snowflake, and then this is the balmy blue glimmer paper that's new in the new catalog, and then a bunch of these little snowflakes, and these were from the snowflake dies that actually they're called Christmas layer dies, and snowflakes were one of them, and it's a small snowflake, and it's pretty. So I used one of them for the label, and I thought that I would add some of these because they're larger on the inside of the shaker card that we're going to make for today. So I pre-cut those, and that's out of the Christmas layer dies. Those are also the simple snowflake. Thank you, Chris. So then what I did here was I cut my I cut a panel of thick whisper white cardstock, and the first thing I did was I cut the frame on the inside using that new frame snowflake frame die, and then after I did that, I embossed it with that the new snowflake embossing folder, and this is, I don't know if this is coming out very well. It's very, very detailed. It's got different sizes of snowflakes. Hi Debbie, thank you so much for joining me. It's got some very, very detailed snowflakes of different sizes, kind of in a random, and this is a very, very, very pretty pretty embossing folder for snowflakes. I think it's the prettiest one that I've seen. So hi Pam, thank you for joining me. And then what I did after that was I went ahead and I put the tear and tape so that I could lay the window sheet on top of that. And I went ahead and I put that around close. I don't know if you can see that. Let me bring that up closer. There you go. You can see I put that all around, and I measured the window sheet just a little bit smaller than the full frame, but I think I could have done that with the whole side. So first, let me go ahead. Let me show you. Get the window sheet here. Here it is, and so you can see it. I basically want to make sure that everything here is covered, and I'm going to pull the tear and tape off, and pull the covers of the tear and tape off. And then we'll put the window sheet on, and that will be the first thing. Stay on there, good. There we go. And the tear and tape is a really sticky tape that it comes in it's double-sided tape, and then it's got a thing that you a backing, a slippery backing that you have to peel off after you've adhered it to your cardstock. So I've got all of that pulled off, and I'm going to just stick the window sheet on here, and I want to make sure that basically my everything is covered, and I don't have all of the some of my tape is sticking out on the side of the window sheet, but I wanted to make sure that my opening is completely covered. There we go. And then I use this. This is really good. This is the foam adhesive strips, and these adhesive strips are just a little bit thicker than the Stampin' Dimensionals, but that's good. So I'm going to just basically put these around my opening, and I want to put these on and make sure that that everything is really secure. And I probably should have put that one a little closer. Let me stick this back up here, and I just pull this whole thing off. And that works like that. And then I'm gonna just butt it up close together, because that way my the stuff that you have, the inside shaking stuff, doesn't, you don't want that to come out of your card, because that will make a mess. So then pull that off, and then this has got the sticky side, and then it's got the paper that you have to pull off afterwards. And I'm going to come in, and this is a stitched frame, so you can easily see where it's and I've put it close to the stitching, so you can tell what's in and what's not going to be seen from the front of the card. And then these areas here, you can see through them, and I went ahead and I just ignored the fact that you could see through them and see. I guess theoretically you really wouldn't want your tapes to be showing from the front, but I just ignored that, and I think it came out okay. So I've got that, and then put one on the side here. And again, you want to make sure that you've got everything sealed up, so that the things that you have on the inside don't come out. All right, so we've got one more to do here. We'll pull another piece of this foam strip off, and then do it like that. And hopefully, let's see here, we're good. I nice and snug. There we go. Okay. So then, once we've got this, since this is really so thick, I want to go ahead and reinforce the outside. So I'm going to put another layer of the foam tape along the outside, so that this will be real floppy. Hi, Amy. Thank you for joining me. That's okay. So I want to put another layer of this, the foam strips on the outside, so that the outside of the card, it doesn't get too floppy, so that it has some substance to it. There we go. And okay, that's fine. Get one more sheet to do this, and this doesn't have to be, this doesn't, on this layer, it doesn't have to be, it doesn't matter as much that they are secure, so that, because the inside frame is going to keep the stuff from coming out. And I don't think it's as important. You just want to make sure that the outside is here, so that it's not as floppy. That's basically what you want to do. So I'm going to use some of these other little pieces. And since I've, and it doesn't matter whether or not this is on the adhesive or the window sheet, or whether that's on the cardstock. So, okay, so we're good. Yay for the foam adhesive strips. All right, so I think our frame is ready, and you can see how it's not going to be so, it's not going to be flopping down. The corners are not going to be crinkling in. So let's go ahead and prep our card front. And basically, what I've done, since I wanted to have the designer series paper both on the inside and the outside, we're going to go ahead and use and I've gotten better with this. Yes, with using the new Stampin' Seal. So just takes a little bit of practice with it. There. Okay, so I've got that done. That's the top of my card, and I just need to make sure that this is put on fairly straight. But that's also always a challenge for me. There we go. That turned out pretty good. All right. So I said I wanted to put some of these larger snowflakes in just to see, and I want to save. So I cut 6 of them, and so I'll put those in, and kind of put them in the center here, and save the one for the label. And I'm going to go ahead and pull my strips of the foam adhesive off, the covers for my foam adhesive strips. And then I will put my sequins in with the other stars, not stars, snowflakes, and we'll be ready to go. That's that. So definitely it's important to make sure that remove the covers on the inside ones, so that the sequins don't scooch underneath there. Hi, Chi. Thank you for joining me. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me today. And I hope that you like this card. I am really, really into this stamp set, and wanted to do the fun shaker card. So first I've got these snowflake sequins, and these came out last year, and and they came back. They came back. So that was really, really good. And they have the tiniest, delicate little snowflakes, tiny little delicate snowflakes and stars, and then circles, and they're in white and iridescent and silver. So you've got some things that kind of look pink and purple. And then I decided to go ahead and add some of the Whale of a Time sequence. The only thing is I didn't use the little pink shells. I love the pink shells, but I'm going to have to do, I think, a shaker card with the Whale of a Time set. But I'll pull but especially with this paper, it's got some of the blues and greens, and then the iridescents give you lots of purples, and it's got the stronger colors that look, I think, real well with this this particular piece of designer series paper. But I was really impressed with how, oops, I don't want this shell. I was really impressed with how well this balmy blue glimmer paper looks so good with both the, pull that shell out, looks so good with both the Pacific Point and the Pool Party, because the Pool Party sometimes can be a little bit, the green can come out a lot, and you feel like, oh, this is way too green. But that glimmer paper really looks well with both the Pool Party, and you'll see when I finish with this, with the Pacific Point. So I've got all of my sequins on the set in the center here, and all of my glue removed from the inside of the the foam strips. And then I'm going to eyeball this and place that right on top and try to get that so that it's even. And I'm going to press real good along the sides here where the inside glue tape is, so that I get a good seal there, and then here as well, and then the outside. So that's that the foam adhesive strips there. So, and then I added some of those larger snowflakes that I didn't have in my sample card, and they look pretty too. So that was I think that was a good amount of different sequins in there. I think it's up to you in terms of how much you want to add or not add, and I think that's fine. So the next thing I'm going to do is I cut the smallest snowflake out of the that beautiful balmy blue glimmer paper, and this one out of a Pacific Point cardstock, and I'm going to glue them together. And I'm going to glue them together with just a touch of liquid glue in the center, and do it so that the points are kind of, the points of the smaller snowflake are in between the points on the larger snowflake. And that lines up, gives me, there we go. And basically these inside shapes end up lining up pretty well that way. There we go. And then I'm going to use some mini glue dots and fold those over and secure this. So I've got this section right here where I've got the snowflake, the top snowflake, and the bottom snowflake. That gives me a large section where I can put one of the mini glue dots, fold it over on itself, and put that down, and then it gives me a large area where I can secure this. And I think what I will do is I'll put two of these down. I'll put three of them down, and I will put those on the frame here. All right, so sure, and that's okay. That's the middle one. Excuse me. There we go. So you see how that balmy blue glimmer paper picks up so nicely with both the Pacific Point, and it seems to pick up a little bit more green when it's paired with the pool party. I'm surprised about that, but it's a good thing. And then I have, this is that new iridescent ribbon, and it's just gorgeous. So I'm going to put some glue dots on there, and then put that on the lower corner. And on this card, I have basically, I'm going to stick those two sides together. I've basically done the doing the decorations after the top card is assembled, but I think that's okay. I'm gonna put this one on the inside because I want to make sure these two pieces of ribbon stick together, and that is sticky. So okay, so I'll put this right here. And I will add some more glue dots to the label. And adhere the label on top of the ribbon, and then put the snowflake on the top corner, and then the card front will be finished. There we go. So I can hear it sticking and then releasing when it comes to the acetate window sheet. So that's something to keep in mind. And then this last snowflake, I'm going to stick some just some multi-purpose liquid glue on some of these little points. Oops, that's probably too much. And a little bit on the center, and just stick that on the corner here. I'm gonna, which two? There we go. That one, that one. There. There we go. I think I'm going to stick another piece, another glue dot right under here, because it doesn't want to stick on the acetate. So I want to make sure this side has a good stick. So stick a piece of a glue dot under there, and that's good. So that's the front of the card. So we're good with that, and we're done. So for the inside, let's go ahead and I'm going to move this to the side, give myself some extra room, move that away. And I have the Snowflake Wishes sentiment. Snowflake Wishes for a Merry Christmas. So I've got that mounted on my block, and I'm going to use Pacific Point ink to ink that up. Let's do that over here, and there's a stray Snowflake. No, he's okay. We'll find it eventually. Line this up. Line this up. Let's stamp it. It's pretty. And then the snowflake stamp. Then there's two of them. There's this one, and then there's another one that you can do, make a snowflake background. This one has, see, this is the one that I'm using, and then this one has some really, really tiny snowflakes. So that's another option that you can use to decorate the inside of your card or your envelope. And yeah, we'll stamp it off once. There we go. There. I'll close this up. And then we have this beautiful, and this is the name of that designer series paper is called Snowflake Splendor, and it's really pretty. It's got a lot of different. They're all snowflake papers, but they're with lots of different colors and lots of different sizes. Some big snowflakes, some little snowflakes. It is perfect for this heat that we're feeling. So I'm going to check the back and make sure that I've got it good. Yep, that's good. All right. There we go. And that's still inky, so we don't want to do it there. And this paper is it's just got so many colors. I think Night of Navy is also in there, so it's great for lots of different different blue things. So this is our card, and lots of different snowflakes. And then this one I put put some additional larger snowflakes in there with all the different sequins. And this was my sample card with one of the other designer series papers from the Snowflake Splendor, one of the other sets of papers. And so that's my card for today. So that's my first shaker card, and I hope that you liked it, and good luck with making them. And thank you so much for joining me and supporting me today. Have a great week. Take care. Bye-bye.